What's up, Witcher fans? Piece of Grease here, and I wanted to chip in my 2 cents on this whole Witcher 4 controversy over the Witcher 4 announcement trailer. Now, I don't think that the trailer really warranted the backlash that it's getting. Don't get me wrong, there are some definite eyebrow raising things that CDPR have said that really leaves me questioning a lot of what's going on, but I don't necessarily think that it was deserved a backlash the way that it's been getting it. Let me start off with the obvious first, Ciri's appearance. Now, this is really kind of a non-issue for me personally, and the reason why is if you look at some of the original Witcher 3 trailers, many of these characters look different than they did in the final product. Vesemir, Geralt, Yennefer, just to name a few, look completely different in the trailers than they did in the final product. And I'm willing to bet money that Ciri is going to look completely different in this trailer than she is in the final product. So that's kind of a non-issue for me personally. Don't get me wrong, I am not oblivious to the uglification of characters in gaming. Yes, it's been happening. Yes, I am aware of it, but I don't think that that's the case here. I could be wrong, but I don't think that it is. Moving on. I would say that my biggest question is really the timeline. The Ciri we're seeing in this trailer isn't 20 or 30 or 40 years into the future. Ciri isn't going to age like a normal person, so this could be potentially 60, 80, or 100 years into the future. How far into the future are we going with this timeline? Obviously, we don't have any answer to that question, so we're just going to have to kind of speculate. Moving on, it seems that people out there are aware that Ciri can, and I want to stress that word, can become a Witcher at the end of The Witcher 3. And while that's true, I don't know if people haven't bothered playing the game or haven't bothered finishing the game, but there are two other potential outcomes for Ciri in The Witcher 3 based upon your choices. For example, in the vanilla game, Ciri can die. No, you heard me right. Ciri can die. It's kind of hard for a character that died in the previous game to be the protagonist in the next game without doing some horrible Marvel multi-reverse BS. Please, for the love of God, don't do anything horrible like that. Don't get me wrong, CDPR has backtracked. They have backpedaled with updates and DLC. They have tried to leave breadcrumbs that, well, maybe Ciri didn't die after all because they desperately want her to be protagonist, ruining, in my opinion, the near perfect endings of The Witcher 3, the vanilla game. Now, there's no bad choices. There's no bad endings, right? Because they had to dumb it down. So there's really no point to a good, neutral, or bad ending if you remove the bad ending, right? Which is exactly what they've done, sadly, unfortunately. But another potential ending is that Ciri can become Empress of Nilfgaard and Redania. And this is the ending I always choose. And people always ask me, Peace, why do you always choose to make Ciri Empress? Well, it's because of what we're shown and told in game. Ciri does not want this fate. Ciri wants to be a regular person. We're told straight out that Ciri can live out the rest of her life traveling around with the carnival troupe. She could live the rest of her life in a small village somewhere. She does not want this fate. She doesn't want to be a witcher. She doesn't want this power. She has this innate understanding for the common people. She's got this big heart, these big emotions. She understands people better than anyone else in the game. That's that beautiful dichotomy between Geralt and Ciri. Geralt struggles with that because of those mutations, whereas Ciri is really tapped into it. That's why their relationship works so well together. So I always choose to make her Empress. Now, if you leave her father on the throne, the transition is very bloody and brutal on the common people, where if you install Ciri on the throne, the transition is much gentler. It's much softer on the regular people. And so it's kind of like that old adage of absolute power corrupts absolutely. She's, the perfect person for the job is the one who doesn't want it. And that's typically why I do it. Now, CDPR is trying to tell us that our choices matter, but I don't see how that's true if I always choose to make her Empress. It's not as if the people are going to allow her to go, their Empress, to go out monster hunting. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's never going to happen in a million years. But yet, you're trying to tell me my choices matter, but it seems as if my choices only matter if I choose what you want us to choose, CDPR. So which one is it? I'm having a real difficult time figuring out which one it is. Do my choices matter or don't they? Because, yeah. Now, I have heard a couple of content creators stupidly, ignorantly proclaim that everybody wants Ciri to be the next protagonist. No, I do not. Did not want Ciri to be the next protagonist. Still do not want Ciri to be the next protagonist. Don't get me wrong. I love Ciri as a character. I think she's an amazing character, but her story was wrapped up so beautifully at the end of The Witcher 3 with a big, bright, shiny ribbon, as was Geralt's. I was ready to move on. I wanted new characters. I wanted to design your own Witcher with that second conjunction of spheres at the end of The Witcher 3. That's what I wanted. That's what I still want. I didn't want writers traipsing back and forth through those ending of The Witcher 3, destroying them further. So no, I did not want Ciri, and nor do I want Ciri as the next protagonist. Moving on, one thing that definitely concerns me is that CDPR has stated that Ciri has undergone the trial of the grasses, which that's a problem. And let me be clear. I've heard people out there proclaim females can't be witchers. That's not entirely true. I have not seen anywhere, and if you have sources, put them down in the comment section. I'll go look them up. But I have not seen anything that specifically states that females can't be witchers. Now, to be fair, I haven't heard of a female witcher, but I don't think that this is a case of it can't be done as much as it hasn't happened yet. I think that that's really where it goes. Now, my point here, or my point of contention with Ciri undergoing the trial of the grasses, is that it doesn't make any sense. It's a lot like a billionaire risking their life to walk a tightrope for $5. What billionaire would risk their life to walk a tightrope for $5? None. Ciri gains nothing from the trial. She's already far more powerful than any Witcher. She's potentially one of the most powerful characters in the Witcher universe. She gains nothing from doing it. Nothing. She's already far more powerful than that. You're just going to take a character who is known for her big emotions and her big heart and understanding of people, and you're just going to strip that away with mutations? There's no benefit to doing it. In my personal opinion, the best thing that CDPR could do here is Ciri is a Witcher. She is considered a Witcher by Witcher. She's trained with Eskel, Lambert, Vesemir, Geralt. They consider her to be a Witcher. Make her a Witcher sans the Trial of Grasses. Bring her Elder Blood power to life on screen. It's already going to be far more powerful than any Witcher, and it's going to be new and interesting combat. Bring that to life on screen. That's the best thing that CDPR can do, in my personal opinion. But again, CDPR is going to do what they want to do, so I'll just leave that there. Now, don't get me wrong. CDPR still has a big mountain to climb because they put themselves in a deep, dark corner, and I don't know how they're going to write themselves out of that corner cleanly. Again, you say our choices matter, but from the looks of it, it doesn't appear that our choices matter. Because how can I make Ciri Empress, but yet she's out here monster hunting, undergoing the trial of the... There's clearly my choices didn't matter. So, yeah, that's really kind of the big issue here for me. A lot of questions. But to be clear, a lot can change. I mean, they're just now starting the game. It could be another 5 years before we ever even see the game. So between now and then, a lot can happen and a lot can change. So, again, do I think that the Witcher 4 trailer deserved this much backlash? Me, personally, no. I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. I liked it. Do I have a lot of questions? Do I have a lot of concerns? Sure. Yeah, absolutely. But I don't necessarily think that the backlash is warranted. But that's just kind of my 2 cents. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And until next time, peace out.